If you love traveling, but also crave those spontaneous, unforgettable moments, today's video is for you. We're going to talk about how to be spontaneous while traveling by planning. Sounds paradox, but it's actually a life hack. Don't worry, I've got some tips to help you balance both. Let's dive right in. Hey, I'm Crete, and this is how to be spontaneous by planning. So, when we think of spontaneity, we often picture someone just doing something crazy on a whim. No plan, no preparation, just going for it. But here's the thing, being spontaneous doesn't mean you have to be reckless or disorganized. In fact, a little bit of planning can actually make you more spontaneous. Let me explain how. Foundation of your trip. The first step is to do research about your destination of choice. Based on my trip to Crete, I will show you how it's done. I like to use TripAdvisor for a first overview of activities, sites and restaurants. Here you can see where your favorites are located. Are there any festivals, pop-up events or hidden gems that you might want to check out? Include them in your list. For instance, after finding so many amazing activities in the western part of Crete, I decided to book my flight and stay in a hotel in Hania. You can do this with any destination. Think of this step as a foundation of your trip, the parts that are necessary for everything else to fall into place. Create a flexible pool of activities. Next up, let's create a flexible pool of activities. Rather than planning every minute of every day, outline general ideas for each day. Maybe you want to explore a specific beach, visit a famous landmark, or check out a local market. But don't stress about exactly when or how you'll do it. For example, here's my pool of activities for Crete. I listed some incredible beaches like Balos, Priveli, Seitan Lemania, Metella, and Elafonisi, along with trying traditional food, hiking the Samaria Gorge, visiting the Isle of Grimvusa, exploring the old town of Hania, and going on a bike tour. I didn't get to all of them, but they were my go-to options. And if something unexpected comes up, like bad weather, you can simply pick another activity from your pool. This way, your itinerary stays flexible, leaving plenty of room for those spontaneous moments that make travel so exciting. Just like that, while on a bike tour, we stumbled upon a hidden cave by the ocean and ended up spending the rest of the day there. It was one of the highlights of the trip. Leave gaps in your schedule! One of the best ways to be spontaneous is to leave intentional gaps in your schedule. These gaps are windows of time where you have nothing planned. It might be a free afternoon, an unplanned evening, or even an entire day with no agenda. These gaps give you the freedom to say yes to unexpected invitations or to simply wander and see where the day takes you. When you travel, it's often the unplanned moments, like stumbling upon a hidden cafe or joining a local celebration, that become the most memorable. Pack with spontaneity in mind. Another tip is to pack with spontaneity in mind. Bring along versatile clothing and gear that allows you to adapt to different activities. If you suddenly decide to hike up a hill for a sunset view or jump into the sea for a swim, you'll be ready. This also applies to your mindset. Be prepared to go off the beaten path. Maybe you planned a day in the city, but a fellow traveler suggests a nearby village or a hidden beach. If you're packed and mentally ready, you can pivot and make the most of these spontaneous opportunities. Be open to change. Now here's the crucial part of being spontaneous by planning. Be open to change. Plans don't always go as expected, and that's okay. If you've planned a beach day but it's raining, use that as an opportunity to do something else. Maybe visit a local museum or find a cozy cafe to read in. Remember, the goal isn't to control every aspect of your life. Being flexible with your plans allows you to adapt and embrace new experiences. It's about having a direction, but being willing to take a different path if the opportunity arises. Embrace local recommendations! Finally, embrace local recommendations. Locals often know the best spots that aren't in any guidebook. Strike up a conversation with a barista, your Airbnb host, hotel staff, or someone you meet along the way. Ask them where they like to eat, what hidden gems they recommend, or what's happening in town. By tapping into local knowledge, you can discover experiences you'd never find on your own, making your trip truly unique, spontaneous and often cheaper. Most of my activities were booked at the hotel reception one day before, and it turned out awesome.
Plan the essentials only.
Not everything can go unplanned. Some activities require a plan or a reservation months before, such as festivals or a hike on the Everest, where stops on a high level are necessary. So there you have it. Being spontaneous while traveling doesn't mean throwing out all plans. It's about creating a flexible structure that allows you to embrace the unexpected. With just a bit of planning, you can make room for those magical, unplanned moments that make travel so special. If you found these tips helpful, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more travel advice and inspiration. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure.